Hi everyone, today you're joining me for the Booktube Newbie Tag from my living room floor. At first I was going to film it on my balcony because the weather is nice, it's fairly quiet outside right now and the sun made everything look incredible. But my neighbours are on their balconies and it's super awkward and I don't want them to hear me talk to myself or talk to a camera. That's why I'll be on my living room floor for the duration of this video. I'm doing the Booktube Newbie Tag as I uploaded my first Booktube video the other week, and then I realised there is this Booktube Newbie Tag that people are still doing, and I used to love watching tag videos, but no one else in the YouTube community is still doing them. Until I realised Booktube is still doing all these tags, and I love them, and I thought it would be fun for everyone to kind of know who I am and why I'm starting Booktube. God, count how many times I say Booktube. Right. Cool. Hope you enjoy. Question number 1. Why did you start the channel? Well, I didn't start this channel for Booktube. I started it January last year. It's the first video I uploaded, which was a short film for my university course, which still has an incredible amount of views compared to all the other videos I uploaded. It's a short film. I made the channel for short films and films in general that I make because that's my main hobby and job, I guess, to make films. And that's what I planned to use the channel for until I realised obviously a short film takes quite a long time to make, and because short films take such a long time to film and edit and upload, it would mean I'd probably upload a video once every couple of months, maybe even weeks if I'm lucky. Other than that, my channel would be dead, and I kind of like so many different areas: music, art, books. So I thought I do all these other things as well in between my short films, and Booktube is the most fun out of all of the videos I tried to film so far. Because I always had a passion for books, why not talk about them? Yeah, that was a really long answer for a quick question. Question number 2. What are fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? When I first read the question, it was very hard for me to come up with one thing because there's so many incredible booktubers out there, and there's some that I aspire to be because they're so energetic and entertaining. It's just so fun to watch them, and whenever I edit my videos, Jesus, oh my god. What unique thing? I don't know, maybe probably my film knowledge? Yeah, I don't have an answer for that question. Someone please tell me what I do that is unique for Booktube. My shitty accent? Yeah, that's probably it. It's good to make fun of it. Question 3. What are you most excited for about this new channel? Let's say what I'm most excited for about these kinds of videos is probably sharing my love for books, because I realized that there's so many books I read lots of people haven't heard of, and I really enjoy sharing my interests with other people, hopefully making some friends and meeting people with the same interest as me. And I just love people that love books, so yeah, having someone to share my passion with books. Question 4. Why do you love reading? Why do I love reading? Why does anyone love reading? I enjoy reading because you can make up so much stuff in your head. I love watching movies, and if you watch a movie, someone else's thoughts about a story have been put into visuals, while with a book, everything is up to your imagination. I mean, they might describe a character, and there's, a character might have blonde hair, blue eyes, and you can imagine them, but still everything else is up to your own imagination, and you can mold the world how you want it to be. I think there's something so unique about reading a good book. Yeah, what I like the most is the fact that you can enter a world and you feel like you're part of this story, and probably that's why I like fantasy so much, because I feel like I'm part of a world that doesn't actually exist, even though I wish vampires and werewolves were real. Question number 5. What book or series got you into reading? Easy. When I was, how old was I? 8? 8, 9. My grandpa, he was the one that got me into books the most. He always bought me books. And then he got me this one called Gregor the Overlander. And to this day, this book is still my favorite book. It's by Susie Collins. It's the woman who wrote The Hunger Games, which I wasn't aware of until the other day, and now it makes sense because both books are book series are so incredible. I still can imagine this whole world this book is about. I'm not gonna say what this book is about because everyone needs to check it out. It's fantasy, and it's so dark and so adventurous and so fun, and I need to reread it because it's such a good book. Question number 6. What question would you ask your favorite booktubers? Now, I have a couple of favorite booktubers. I will put some of the names on screen right now because I can't remember them all. But I would definitely ask them what the typical question, what their favorite books would be. And also, how they read so much. As I mentioned in my last video, some people read like 30 books in a month. This month I finished 1 book so far. I mean, I had a lot of stuff going on anyways. But yeah, definitely what their favorite book would be, what they would recommend me based on me, and how they read so much. Question number 7. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Definitely talking to a camera and describing books and feeling comfortable in front of a camera, and because I'm used to being in front of a camera but not actually talking to the lens and looking into it, because I tend to, as you could probably tell, I tend to look down a lot or to the side or anywhere but the lens because I'm such an awkward person. So definitely talking to a camera and describing books are the 2 big things I really need to overcome if I continue this. Question number 8. When did you start reading? I started reading probably as soon as I learned to read, which was probably 6 or 7. I mean, obviously, I probably was able to read some words a bit younger, but until I was like fully able to read and read faster than taking a couple of seconds for each word, definitely 6 or 7 is when I started reading. Question number 9. Where do you read? I read anywhere. My favorite place to read, funnily enough, is the Tube. I have several books I read at the same time. I have a book that I read at home, I have a book that I read in cafes, and I have a book that I read on tubes. And I think tube books are different to the books I read at home because sometimes when I'm in the tube I can't pay attention too much to a book because then my stop is 15 minutes away, and then otherwise I'd miss it if I'm too into the book. So usually biographies are what I read on tubes. Any book that is good but not too good, if you know what I mean. The Tube and cafes, yeah. Tube and cafes are my favorite places to read, especially with a nice coffee, possibly a snack. It's so much easier to get lost in a book when I'm sitting in a cafe. Not sure why though. Final question is, what kind of books do you like to read? I like to read all kinds of books. I really enjoy music biographies. I read Ed Sheeran's one years ago, but it was so inspiring. I mean, he was the reason I started playing guitar, and then when he came out with the book, I just had to read it. But music biographies, fantasy, young adult fiction, cheesy romance, anything with werewolves and vampires. I think I'm still stuck in my teenage phase. Top 3, music biographies, cheesy romance and fantasy are my 3 favorite genres. I mean, I like all kinds of different books, but these are my top 3. That's it for the Newbie Tag challenge. If you would like to see more, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and suggest me some booktubers that I might have not heard about. I would love to check them out. And as I always say, recommend me some books. Yeah, that's it for today's video. Have a nice weekend, and see you next time.